an almost 200% increase from what had initially been promised when the team returned from Morocco. Following the team's historic success, conversations around women in sport that they've been having for years has found more of an audience. This weekend, the South African Women in Sports Foundation will be hosting an advocacy conference to discuss issues such as advancing gender equity for women in sport, transgender sport, and effective tools to implement change. To speak more about this is the founder of the organization, Ntambi Ravele. A very good afternoon and welcome to Newzroom Afrika.
Good afternoon, Velen, and good afternoon to the listeners.
Ms. Ravele, what we've seen happen with Banyana Banyana, is that the way to go? We have national government pouring money to this team that won. They made the nation proud. Fantastic. But what's going to be the sustainability of that and for other women in sport to also benefit?
I think one thing is that whilst we are excited about what is happening around Banyana Banyana, we would want to see a sustainable program and actually a more planned, that everybody should know that when they participate in international events, these are the returns that they will receive both from the federation and from government. And I think the sooner we move to that level, the better, so that everybody knows that there would be incentives if they perform well.
I suppose it is a good benchmark then for other women in sport going forward.
It will be, but again, I don't want to be too excited because of I would want us not to be reactive on the excitement of winning, and then come next time another team comes and goes and participates, and they come back and they don't receive the same incentives. So I think yes, it's good, but let's plan it. Let's know what is expected and what to do and when to receive the money.
Yeah. The South African Women in Sports Foundation have been having conversations around gender equity, getting more support for women's sport for many, many years. Are we now starting to see the fruits of that, and how much more needs to be done? Obviously, the conference means that there's still a long way to go.
I think one thing that is positive around Banyana Banyana is the fact that it actually also made all these top offices to start positive move on our side, with the fact that I think it will actually be implemented, whatever he requested. On our side, I mean, these are the issues that we had been addressing throughout our conferences in the last years. And this year, our conference is going to be looking more on sustainable programs and tools that could help us to achieve gender equality.
There's also going to be an important discussion around transgender women taking part in women's sport. Do you think that women in sport are ready to have these difficult conversations?
I think it's time for us to discuss these difficult conversations because of it's already happening in sport, and we don't have any guidelines. Federations have no guidelines, and there's no policy around the issue around transgender. So we want to start these conversations, thinking that we would be able to play a leading role in guiding whether it's SASCOC or government in taking over the issue around transgender.
What is the foundation's hope when it comes to transgender women participating in women's sports?
I think we don't have a position ourselves, and that's why we thought it would be important for us to get experts. We will be bringing in experts. One, she's coming from Geneva. She works in that area. Payoshini, she was in our conference before. She had dealt with issues of a Casta case. She was involved in that. So she had a lot of experience when it comes to all issues around inclusion. The second person that actually that's the main person who will present a paper it's Shari Baker, who have done a lot of work around those issues. She's coming from UK, and she will be presenting a paper. And possibly that paper would actually give us a broader understanding of the issues around inclusion for us to debate. And I think after the conference, we will be able to have a direction as women in sport.
So AFCON chairperson and founder Ntambi Ravele speaking to us here on Newzroom Afrika about their Women in Sports Advocacy Conference, which will be closing off Women's Month. Thank you for your time here on the show. Stephen.